Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Tune in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Come join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Yeah.
Welcome to Peachy Kisses Boutique. Here you will find all the Peachy Kisses apparel of your needs, from hoodies to t-shirts to lip gloss and lipstick. Also in stock, sexy women onesies. And we don't stop there. We also have iridescent eyeshadow along with so much more. Check out Peachy Kisses Boutique at www.pgttime.com. That's www.pgttime.com. See you soon.
What up, though? What up, though?
What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good in the city, baby? It's your girl, the missus. The missus with the kisses. Mwah. You know, he got to do his thing. Hey, y'all.
Why you always say that?
Because I don't like that noise.
You don't say you do your thing when you do
it. Yeah, you're right. But I don't like that noise. I like my own. Sorry. Got lost in the sauce. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm not abused. I'm not being abused. I just didn't know what Pooley was doing right then and there. But anyways, y'all, welcome to Peachy Talks Edition. Welcome to Peachy Talks Edition, baby. Yes.
You know, she be doing her thing.
Yeah, we be doing our thing. For those, if this is your first night tonight, or this is your first night seeing me and my husband's show, Peachy Talks Edition, welcome. Yeah, we was going a little slow today. Let me check this sound right quick before we go in. Look. Who just had to? It's okay though. It's all good. We got our guest here, y'all. Our guest is in the building, baby. She in the building. She like, what's good? Let me see. She in the building. She like, what's good? All right, I can hear the sound good. Let me take this off for a second. Y'all, now is the time to start sharing. They got the tablet going over there. Sorry. Now is the time to start sharing. Oh, that's the speaker. I think that's the speaker.
Why is that hooked up?
I don't know. Sorry, I was jamming while Poolie was going to work. Me and the kids. We was jamming. SXM Radio, baby. SXM Radio. But y'all, thank y'all for joining once again. We have a fantastic show for y'all tonight. It's about to get real. It's about to get real, baby. It's about to get real, okay? We got none other than Miss CRISSY, baby, in the building. Now, hit the applause. Hit the applause for CRISSY. It's getting hot. We need the fan, baby. We need the fan. Poolie just took out. Don't blow your breath on me. Hell. Explicit language, and also allegedly tonight just as well. Now, whoever has been always watching Peachy Time, also make sure y'all check us out on Roku TV, okay? Make sure you check us out on Roku TV. I've been forgetting to bring that up. So make sure y'all go check us out on there. But if y'all been watching the show, we had a guest probably about 5-6 months ago.
Okay.
Me and Poolie was
it that long?
Yeah. She was locked up for 6 months.
Yeah. I guess that would be okay.
But about 5-6 months. But she gonna explain all that to us. But I just want to make sure y'all understand when Chrissy came on, she came on the first time because me and Poolie was sitting up there. Well, I was sitting next to Poolie looking on live and ended up seeing a live video of Chrissy. And then I saw the police on the live. I'm like, oh shit. And then the minute I go on the live, because I didn't know who Chrissy was, but the minute I went on the live, she was like, hey, Miss Peachy. I was like, oh shit, she know me. I'm like, hey, boo. So she was like, I got to come on your show. I got to come on your show. These police just ain't doing me right. They ain't doing me right. And it was just a long, drawn out video. But when I tell you, I was very informative on how the police treat us, how the police treat people, and what they call them. I don't want to say the projects. What we gonna call them? The
urban areas.
Urban areas. That's what we call them. The urban areas. They don't give a damn about us. They don't give a damn. So we're gonna go ahead and bring her up. Y'all, please don't forget the stars, baby. Don't forget them stars. Okay. Give them stars. Give them stars. I thank everybody. Hey, Josette. I thank everybody that's gave out stars on Wednesday, which was our first show back, and baby, y'all showed out. Okay, Miss Joyce showed out, y'all. All y'all showed out. So thank y'all so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. Hello. Hey, Josie.
With 2 hellos.
Yeah, okay, 2 hellos. My mama must have missed the intro again, y'all. My mama told me I never saw an intro with you and Poolie being married and with the kids on there. Yeah, she's never seen it. She said
she
so she always come in late.
Yep,
that's what that means.
Yep.
But y'all, let's go ahead. Let's bring up Chrissy so we could get this show started and popping, baby. Here she is. Hey, Chrissy.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm blessed, to say the least. I'm blessed.
Yes, well, you look absolutely beautiful, I may add.
That's leave hair, put up that one eye.
You know, you gotta say something. You gotta say something, Chrissy. You gotta say something. But how are you feeling tonight, darling?
Wonderful.
I am blessed. I definitely want to thank you for having me back on the show and allowing me to share your platform to tell my story. I know there's many people out there with a story to tell. So I just want to speak up on behalf of those that, are too afraid to get on camera.
Exactly.
And just share with everyone, my experience. Because I think it helps people understand that everybody in jail is not a criminal. Everybody in jail does not get fair treatment. A lot of people just assume that
fair treatment. Rephrase.
Especially the people of our complexion.
Exactly. You are 100% right about that. Before we get started, Chrissy, I just want to briefly show just a small clip from our last episode when she came through, baby. She was in the building. So we're going to go ahead and pay our fair usage, and then we're going to do a little pre-recorded video of when Chrissy was on for the very first time on VGT Time. Here we go.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
What's up? Sorry, y'all. We are back. We are back. We are back. Now, Chrissy, it's ironic that I played that part of the clip. You know, I was just telling my husband. You couldn't hear it?
I couldn't hear it.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry you couldn't hear it.
That's okay.
Hopefully you'll be able to hear the other two. But basically on that clip, you were telling everybody that you now sit in the backyard. That you was no longer sitting in the front yard. But take us back and let us know how did this get started.
You okay?
Yes.
So long story short, I moved into the you okay?
I'm fine. Bully, stop hitting me on my back. I'm fine.
Long story short, I moved into the projects about 5 years ago. After my son was diagnosed with autism.
Oh, hold on. They couldn't hear the clip either.
They said there was no clip.
Yeah, they said it was no clip. Let's run that back again. See if it'll show. Next door look like they got a gun, and they threatening her in front of the police officer, and this police officer didn't do anything to them. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. If Chrissy can hear it, I'm sure y'all can hear it. So let's run it back. I apologize. Here we go. Next door look like they got a gun, and they threatening her in front of the police officer, and this police officer didn't do anything to them, to nobody, but just talk to them, trying to calm them down. So what is going on this clip right here?
Okay, so what you're seeing right here is basically the officer. It looks like the officer may be talking to them right there. Okay, this clip right here is actually 2 days prior, when the same girl that had the gun on her hip in the video that you just showed is threatening me in front of the police, and she makes a comment that she's going to sue law enforcement on her dead kid.
Yeah.
So we can't trespass from your porch.
See, now y'all hear the officer. Y'all heard the officer. So we're not gonna play all of that. But I just wanted y'all to see briefly what this young lady has to deal with. She said that she no longer sits in the front yard. Now you go and sit in the backyard.
Correct.
So get away from them. And this is our place.
It's my house. Yeah, I've been here 5 years. I go in and out my back door. I try to avoid it at all costs. I have surveillance cameras on the front of my front door.
All right. You was able to hear the whole clip?
Yes.
Okay.
Jolene, did you see us, Jolene?
Because you see Jolene ain't came back and commented. I was hoping she came back and commented. So, Chrissy.
Yes.
What got all of this started? Because I remember you mentioned on the first time that you came on that your son was autistic.
Right.
And that he used the bathroom in the front yard. And that
yes. According to one of the neighbors, she stated that I hadn't disciplined my son properly. That's why she didn't F with me no more, because he had came outside and pulled his pants down to let me know he was potty training. You know, sometimes when kids are playing, they don't say I gotta use the bathroom. They just go. Well, she had told the police one day that that was why she didn't F with me no more. The other girls swore up and down that I was trying to get her husband or her boyfriend, because they weren't even married, but they claimed to be married, arrested, which they were constantly in a domestic situation. Every other day, the police was there. He was beating her up. She was beating him up. All this going on in front of the kids next door to my house, in which the walls, you could hear all the screaming from the kids, screaming for help. And it was just a very uncomfortable living situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
So listen, I heard the clip. I'm here. I'm watching on TV. She watching on Roku, baby. And forgot to comment. Laugh out loud. I'm watching you on Roku TV right now. All right, y'all. If y'all at home and you're watching on your phone and you have a Roku TV, please go ahead and relax, lay down, Watch us on the big screen, okay? Trust me, you'll enjoy it. But so Chrissy,
Yes.
so after you came on the show, because the police was over there at your house. You was telling the police what was going on. They had guns, just as well, allegedly. That's what we saw. But allegedly they had guns. And the police never took them to jail or anything. So
Not that day. I believe that the boyfriend is incarcerated for domestic violence.
at this
That
time.
that was during my incarceration. So that's
Okay.
what I've been told.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it, baby. Let us know what happened. And when you're ready for me to play those clips, let me know. But walk us back to that day.
Okay, so that day, I had an appointment to get an O2 sensor put on my new truck. I mentioned in my last clip that I believe my car accident my car accident might have happened after that show, but I was in a car accident June 18th. I totaled my vehicle. I then purchased a new vehicle. That sparked mad jealousy. And that's when I feel like things started to get worse. It's okay. Things started to get worse. Once I got my new truck, my truck was keyed within the first week. There was threats to have my lug nuts loosened on my truck, and law enforcement had been called about the vandalism, but nothing had been done about the threats of loosening the lug nuts up on my truck, or about my truck being keyed within the first week that I got it. So I was in a very bad spot after my car accident. I was actually walking with a cane for a while. I was diagnosed with having whiplash, some muscle pains. And it was just a really traumatic situation. The harassment never stopped. It actually got worse. So the particular night, I was sitting in my backyard. I had just had my truck, had an O2 sensor put on my truck, and all of the girls that were in the clips, including one male, came back there, grabbed me by my shirt, grabbed me by my wrist, and proceeded to try to attack me or beat me up. So I fought them off. I was drinking a wine cooler at the time. And so when I could not get them to let me go, I started to swing the wine cooler bottle to try to get them to let me go, and I hit one of the girls with them. So
okay, so hold on, let's go back. So from the time that you had the show, what date did that occur?
That was July 13th. It was almost midnight. I was back in, like I said, I started smoking in my backyard. I couldn't sit on my porch. So I was sitting back there. I had met a guy that said he helps with homelessness. So I wasn't by myself. I felt comfortable because I wasn't alone and I was at my house. I wasn't in the mind state of starting no drama, or I didn't have, I was more trying to make a good impression on him to try to get some help. So.
And you had just met him, correct?
Yep. Earlier that day at the shop, he had told me, he helps people with homelessness. I had got in kind of later than I expected to get home. And he ended up coming by just to sit with me and talk to me about the situation. And so I had told him, that I had been in a car accident. I had got a new car. My car had already been vandalized. The girls was talking about, loosening the lug nuts up on my truck, and I just didn't feel safe there. And before I knew anything, they were right there, just like out of nowhere. They were rushing me 5 deep.
What they were saying?
Basically, the girl who attacked me, she ran up in my face and she said, "Why can't you mind your own business?" And it caught me off guard because I was literally minding my own business. And then she said, "Do I know her?" And I was like kind of confused why she was asking me a question, because I don't know her. And so I was assuming that maybe she had mistaken me for somebody else. And I was just kind of like, rolling my eyes, just kind of like,
So
girl,
that
bye.
particular girl
But
wasn't the girl. So that particular girl wasn't
her
one
name,
of the girls.
you breaking up.
Okay, I said so. One of the girl that came and addressed you first, she wasn't one of the girls from the house from the next door.
I've seen her with them before. The
Okay.
night of the show, she actually was outside. If you go back and watch the first show, you'll hear me say they're actually outside right now, playing the music and yelling and screaming and doing what they do.
So she was
And
out
so
there
she was
that
actually
night.
out there the night I was on the show before.
Okay. Okay.
So I had seen her, but I don't know her personally. No, I found out
Okay.
her name because it was in my affidavit from the police,
Okay.
which
Okay.
was completely fabricated. The police believed everything that they told them. Um, I actually have my paperwork here, and what I was charged with. At
Yes,
the
that's what
time,
we
I
want to know.
was
What you
on
was charged with?
probation. I was actually initially I was charged with a level 5 battery, which in the state of Indiana the levels are like, so if you get a 6, that's the lower level. If you get a lesser number like a 2, that's more of a severe level of a felony.
Okay. Okay.
So because of my probation at the time, my probation was revoked, and I was ordered to serve my probation suspended sentence of a year out, and that was due to a situation that had occurred in the project with a group of girls that actually ignited this group of girls to not like me, because we all used to be friends and we all used to hang out. But once my son's situation needed more of my attention, I started falling back and focusing on me and trying to find, a way to get out of the projects. And so that's when I became the girl who thought she was too good or better than everybody else, and nobody wanted to hang out with me and all that. So yeah.
Okay. Now, these girls, when they came back there to the backyard, one of them was doing most of the talking. Was that the young lady that swung first? Is she the young lady
Yes.
that hit with the bottle?
Nope. See, they kind of surrounded me. So if this is my back porch, I had her standing kind of like right in front of me. And then the girl that got hit with the bottle was standing like on my left side. So when she grabbed me by my shirt, she also grabbed me by my wig, which was attached to my hair. And she picked me up like off the ground because I'm kind of giving in because I don't want my hair to get pulled out. So as I'm going up, I feel my feet doing this to the concrete. And the girl that I actually hit with the bottle had grabbed me by my wrist because I tried to grab my back door and try to use that as leverage to pull myself inside. When she grabbed me by my wrist, she started pulling me by my wrist. I let my shirt go over my head. My wig came off, and that's when she grabbed me by my physical hair. And I started then, like, kind of swinging, like, let me go. And she didn't let me go. And before I knew it, I just heard glass shattering. And I see the girl do like this. And I just knew that I had hit her. At that point, the other 3 jumped in. So
So in total, it was 4 girls
it was 4 girls and a guy.
and a guy. Okay,
Yeah.
so now you said you was there with a guy as well.
Yes, Carl. And Carl said that he tried to break it up. Everything just happened really, really fast. All I know is I was swinging and kicking and trying to fight my way up out of there. And so when I looked up, I seen him standing there with his cell phone, and I believe he was calling 911. and they all took off running. I don't know why they just stopped, but they all took off running towards the front of the building. And at which point I grabbed my wig. I'm looking for my shirt. I grabbed my phone off the table. And I tell Carl, I say, come inside. I don't know if they went to go get a gun. I don't know if they're coming back. Just come in.
Bleeding.
Yeah.
With that bottle.
That's why
Well,
they ran. Hurry up and get back to the house.
she had to have surgery. I felt really, really bad for her in a way because I'm not a violent person, and it wasn't ever my intention to have it escalate to that point. I tried very hard.
Up.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't know what you had.
They
didn't know what Carl had.
You shouldn't have been over there in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't even came over there. But you don't know what people got.
So whatever's coming to you is coming to you.
I actually felt so bad, y'all. I'm the one who called the police because I knew if somebody got hit with a glass bottle that they would need emergency ambulance services. So I did call. I had my lip was busted. I mean, I got kicked in the mouth. I got punched. Don't get me wrong. You know, they got in a couple. But at the end of the day, I was like, I just got my nails done, which I never get to do things like that for myself. So I was very upset about my nails. My hair was pulled out from the root. I had like patches missing at the front of my head. I was very upset about my hair because I already have alopecia. So I don't want, my hair pulled out. And then I called the police. As I was on the phone with the police, they're kicking, punching, and trying to break in through the front door as I'm on the phone.
So they took off running.
Right.
And ran to the front door.
Yes. And they're kicking and punching my front door. And
because y'all went in the house. Y'all went in the house.
Yeah, I locked my back door. So I can hear my neighbor saying, you hit my daughter with a bottle B. I'm about to break your window. I don't give a F, blah, blah, blah. She's cussing and yelling outside the front window. So I'm telling the dispatch, I'm like, listen, I got knives in my hands. I don't want to have to hurt nobody else. They were like, well, do you need an ambulance? I said, no. I was in complete shock. I was not expecting any of this to happen. And I said, but the girl that I hit with the bottle definitely needs an ambulance. Like, ASAP. So at that point, I hear my window shatter. I mean, just, and I said, they just my front window. I said, listen, y'all need to hurry up. Tell the police to step on it because, like, if they come in, my son's in here sleep. I'm gonna have to do what I'm gonna have to do. And so at that point, the police did show up. The kicking, the banging stopped. And that is where you will see some of the encounter that I had with law enforcement that night on the clips that we have provided to show. So
now, I meant to ask you this, but I'm glad I waited. I did see the clips, but is this the same night that you went to jail?
Yes.
Oh, that makes it even worse. Okay, y'all, let's get into these clips. They're very quickly. They're not long clips at all. One is a minute and 15 seconds, and the other one is a minute.
So was that the reason that you went to jail?
As far as what, the bottle or
the incident? No, the incident in general.
That was the reason I was arrested at my house because I defended myself. And they
called that a violation.
They said that they were investigating a felony battery.
Okay, so they at that time they had no idea that you was a felon. They was just gonna lock you up regardless.
I don't think that played a role into it. According to the police officer, he said that this girl had to have surgery on her face.
So did the ambulance come get her?
Yes.
And you was out there when the ambulance came?
Because I called the ambulance. Yes, I never left. I didn't think I had done anything wrong. Exactly. If I would have known what I knew now, I would have ran. Because I left my son for 6 months with my family. I missed his first day of first grade. I missed him losing a tooth. I missed his 7th birthday. I missed Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I missed my birthday. Like, if I would have known all this.
Hold on. Let's say that one more time. Let's rewind. We ain't got no rewind button, but tell them again. How much time you spent up in there?
I just did 6 months, and that time did not count towards the charge. My actual bond was $2,500. I had a $25,000 bond. This is after I asked numerous times to my public defender to pull some of my live videos, to pull the 911 calls to my house about the harassment. My public defender even got a call from Carl giving him his sworn statement,
And
and
let me
he
show that.
me of it.
Hold on. And this is just what you said. Chrissy sent me some of the text messages.
Yep.
I shouldn't show this. Okay, I didn't
His number didn't since changed. That's the only reason I didn't black out the number.
You already look. She already know what I'm talking about. And I apologize, Chrissy, because I meant to do it before I uploaded it, and I literally just uploaded it while we were on the show. So let me see if there's something that I can do. Hold on. Tell everybody about this guy, Carl. Do you talk to Carl now?
No, I haven't spoke with Carl. Like I said, that's not his number anymore. I talked to him during my incarceration.
Oh, it's not his number anymore.
No,
okay. Yeah, we can show it.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I hadn't blacked it out. But here is where
this is not Carl's number, y'all. Don't be trying to call this number. It's not Carl's number.
Right. This is no longer his number. But you can see where he's texting me. You can see the time, the date. I believe it's time stamped on there for the 14th, which ended up being after midnight. So it was the same night, but the next morning of. And then this is me asking him if he could come back because the police wanted to speak to him again after they had already come in and talked to him inside the house. They later asked if they could speak to him again, and I had told them that he had to leave. And here you'll read, he says, you're too fine to be living among haters, not gonna risk it, just had shots to the dome. So he had taken a couple of shots of vodka. I believe after that situation, he just, he needed to de-stress. He said, I'm sorry, I will tomorrow. He was not expecting me to go to jail. And he said he was not trying to he wasn't trying to crash and catch a case. So he didn't really want to risk it. And I'm kind of glad he didn't.
So y'all have to understand this. First of all, this man just met her that day. He just met her that day. He came over, brought some wine.
Yep.
And they sitting in the backyard. I remember, girl. Yeah, I remember, girl. You told me the story. I literally, for those that don't know, I talked to CRISSY while she was in jail. Didn't I, CRISSY?
Yes, you did.
CRISSY would call me all the time. I would talk to her, try to get her through it and everything. No, she did not call me collect. She didn't call collect. She was like, let me call this girl straight though. But he brought wine over, did not know her at all. You might as well say. He was coming to get to know her.
Yep.
And then when she told him can he come back, the police was there. Am I correct?
Well, he spoke to the police before he left. That's why he said he would come back tomorrow because, he had already confirmed everything that I told the police, exactly what I told you had happened. Mm-hmm. And so he felt there was no reason for him to stay. And he also works, he works first shift. So
it's okay.
he had to go to work, and he was just like, this is a lot. He was not, and to me, I was embarrassed.
I know you was, girl. I hate to say it like that, but I know you was. It was somebody you just met.
And this has been an ongoing situation. This is why I've been staying to myself. If I want to hang out with friends or guys or whatever, I go where they're at. I don't bring them to my home because of these type of situations.
And not only that, one thing that, how old was your son?
Tristan was 6 at the time. He's now 7.
Okay. At times when we have these kids,
yep,
you get to hang out with your folks, have a good time, party all the time, especially especially when Poolie, you can tell people, you can tell, especially when you got neighbors that you fucks with. Okay, I
Yep.
had some neighbors that I was real cool with. I don't want to know none of my neighbors right now. I wish I didn't know none of them. You know, I know both of my neighbors now, but not like that. Not like that at all. You know, but when your life changes and you gotta go on a whole nother path, baby, people start acting funny towards you. They don't want to deal with you. They don't want to come through. None of it. They like, oh no, she got kids. And then your baby was autistic.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
That
you had to buckle down.
that makes it even harder for me because like I have to consider the fact that everybody can be trusted around children that are nonverbal, especially.
Exactly.
And so it does kind of, at the time, to me, it was convenient to have my son asleep and then to try to bond with a guy that, could potentially, and I don't know if it was just about him trying to help me. Who knows? It could have been more. But all
Exactly.
I know is what he told me, which was he helps people with homelessness. And I've met people that know people that he's actually helped get housing. So with me being in a desperate situation like I was in, at that point, I probably would have tried magic. But that whole situation threw him off, pushed him away. He could not believe it.
Poolie, come back in the camera. You a dude.
I am in the camera.
They can't see you. Oh, I gotta take it down. I'm sorry. Like I am in the camera. Hold on, let me take it down. And we're gonna come back to the next one just as well. Poolie, as a man, even though you're married, if you wasn't married, you meet somebody for the very first time at the store. And you're like, oh shoot, let me go buy some wine. I'm gonna go and spend some time over there. And you go over there and this heifer get jumped.
I ain't coming back.
CRISSY, I didn't think he was gonna say that, CRISSY. I didn't think he was gonna say
I wouldn't either. I gotta give it to you. I'm not coming back. If your baby mama show up, I'm not coming back. Like
CRISSY, since you're saying like that, you might be a little right. You might be a little right.
Next time I go over here, I'm gonna have to bring a pistol.
Yes.
They gonna cut my car up too. They gonna scratch my car up. Man, this is
you just would have been like, I'm good on this one. Would you have told information to the police?
I mean, being that he said he'd come back the next day, that says something different. You know what I'm saying? If he's even gonna come back and check on you, that's saying something totally different. That's not walking away. That's more like it's a situation. What they call it? Isolated
situation.
It's an isolated situation.
So you don't know if he would have came
it's
back.
more like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and chuck this one up. But if it happened like 2-3 more times, I'm like, man, not unless he found out something different because he sat there and talked to you the next day.
But it wasn't no next day.
What the situation was. No, it wasn't. But I'm just
That's
saying.
what I'm talking about.
For instance, he said he would.
That's what I'm saying. He said he was gonna come back the next day, so that means he was still interested.
But he would have tried to. He tried to come back the next day, and
she was gone.
I was gone.
So you didn't even get a chance to call him and let him know you was locked up or nothing?
Eventually, it took a while for my cousin, who actually held my phone down while I was incarcerated. Shout out to my family, man. Like, big up to I mean, for real. If ever in a time, y'all, I ever felt loved and supported, it was during my incarceration. That is part of the reason why I wanted to come on your show and tell my story, is because, listen, mothers in jail are going through it. I just seen Meek Mill's bond out. I think it was like 5 or 6 women on Christmas so that they could be home with their kids that were in there for
Shout out to Meek Mills. Shout out to Meek Mills.
That is what's up. Jail is not no place you want to be without the love and support of your family. It's not even about the money on the books. I've seen girls call their families and they just not get answers for months. They don't know what's going on with their kids. Their kids is going into foster care. Like, I am
Wow.
so blessed. I am so blessed. My baby is right here with me, sleep. He's good. He's happy. He ain't been abused. He ain't been mistreated. Ain't nobody yelled at him to the point where he jumping every time you look at him crazy. You know, he's still my happy baby boy.
Wow, that's wonderful.
I wanted to come on here and share my story is because you know my the backstory, but even going forward, my mission is to try to help mothers that are trying to rehabilitate themselves back into society from incarceration because it is a real thing when you come home that day one you are just it's like you don't know what to expect. It's 6 months was just a small amount of time. I know people facing 6 years, 16 years,
Mm-hmm.
20 years. It's hard coming from the inside and coming back out into the outside world, as they call it. So please support your family members if they are incarcerated. Send them cards, send them pictures. Every little thing counts. And I know it's everybody's tight right now. But if I can say anything, I just want to say my family showed up, showed out because they held it down. My cousin had my phone. And so he ended up giving me the number to Carl. I called him. He instantly accepted the phone call because he said he had been trying to contact me. And I hadn't answered my phone, so he didn't know what was going on. And he couldn't believe I was in jail. That was the main thing. He was
I
just
know he couldn't.
he said, "What are you doing in jail?" He said, "Did any of them go to jail?" I said, "No, I was the only one." He said, "Oh, no." And he claimed he was going to reach out to my public defender at that time. He didn't want his name released. He didn't want his name put out there. But he said he would be willing to talk to my public defender. And I believe he did because, again, that other clip of the screenshot where he said he did contact my public defender that was never
That's
released.
just right here. Hold on.
I think he had changed his number. I had lost contact with him, but I found this text message out when I actually was released.
Okay. You want to read it to everybody?
So here's where I had my cousin text him during my incarcerations because you'll see the date. And I had asked my cousin to ask him would he be willing to write a statement about that night, and he said yeah. He said I reached your attorney and made statement over the phone, left on his voicemail.
Okay. And how many times did you talk to him while you was incarcerated?
I would say I talked to him maybe a total of 5 times.
But you haven't talked to him since you got out.
Nope.
Have you tried to reach out to him?
I believe I know about whereabout he lives in Elkhart, but by me not having a number, I'm not gonna just pop up. That's just not me. But if
you don't have his phone number?
No, because that number is no longer in service. So,
and that's the number you had on.
Yep, that's the only contact information I have for him. He sent me pictures of his dogs, his car. He has a very nice car. Like I said, he works a really good job. He's got a medical degree, girl. So when I tell you I was embarrassed, like there was no way I would have showed my butt out there.
Well, you ain't do nothing wrong. You ain't do nothing wrong. So he lives in South Bend, right? Or Elkhart? Elkhart.
He lives here in Elkhart. Yes.
Okay. So Chrissy, this is what we gonna do. Cause he seemed like he was a good dude. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull me and Poolie down. Okay. And if Carl is watching, you know, because we got people that watch at Elkhart, we got people watching South Bend. Somebody might know him, you know what I'm saying? And they could get relay this message to him. I'm gonna pull myself down, me and Poolie, and you talk from the heart to Carl. Okay?
Yep. So our last conversation before everything jumped off, I was explaining to you exactly why it was so important for me to move out of that neighborhood. And I'm still in the same situation, needing to move out of that neighborhood. If you get this message and you can get a hold of me, my number is still the same. I'm not residing in that apartment right now due to my pipes freezing and busting, and my apartment flooded. So they're still fixing my apartment right now. But if you can get in contact with me, text my phone number at 574-361-2583 and let me know if you can still, if that offer still stands, because I definitely need to get out of that bad situation. If you don't, hopefully feel like that situation is something you don't want to be involved in, I would definitely understand that. But even to what you did do, I would like to thank you personally, tell you thank you for at least trying to come forward with what your information that you had to my public defender. I did not know that until I got out of jail. But again, thank you for at least trying to talk to the police that night.
All right. Carl, when you see this, Carl, I holla at my girl, okay?
Man,
Holla at
you gonna fucking try to get a bunch of calls from Carl. They ain't gonna be the right Carl. Carl.
I'll be Carl tonight.
Rewind it.
Let's get that number. Give me an e-pen, give me paper. But no, seriously, Carl, you must have been a good dude. You must have been a good dude. She could have been like, oh well, Carl is gone right now. It is what it is. Being that she just met you. So she must thought something was there. You know what I'm saying? So reach out. And whatever happens, Either go further or don't go further. Either he can help you or he can't help you. But Carl, if you're watching, please reach out to her, and just let her know something. Okay. Hey, we might be making a little connection. I thought I'd say that. So let's get into the next clip.
Okay.
You explain to everybody this next clip. This is the last clip, by the way. Here we go. Before we get into this last clip, let's go to a commercial. Okay. We're gonna play a little song by Karaya Brene, The Space. I love this song. She could dedicate this to you, Carl. Here we go.
So much on my lips right now. My tongue tied into knots and twists. Can you read all the words that I mouth? Can you feel me like a kiss? Blowing back on my mind. My thoughts tricking me all the time. Not one more word from you. I think I found the way to say what I wanna. Stay with my soul. Please don't let go. I would give you anything, 'cause you are my everything. When words won't say all, I want you to know. Pay attention to the space I'm holding for you and for me. You're here. You're welcome. Don't thank me yet. Savor this. Don't hide, 'cause I ain't got no time to waste. 'Cause I made this space. We fill the room from wall to wall and leave no word unsaid. 'Cause I like that, baby. I made headroom, invited you, 'cause I want us to lay down and spread. Stay with my soul. Please don't let go. attention to the space I'm holding. You and for me. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Peachy Tea Time is for the culture. Tune in every Friday for Peachy Talks edition, where the misses and police show crime in our black community and discuss love and relationships. Special surprise pop-up guests. Tune in each and every Friday. Check out the flyer for showtimes.
Don't forget to tune in each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, and 6 p.m. Pacific for Peachy Tea Time, Peachy News Edition. On Peachy News, they have families that come on live to tell their loved one's story on how they were murdered through gun violence, domestic violence, the prison system, and even by the police. Tune in each and every Wednesday night.
Come join us on Peachy Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Join us.
All right, we are back. Don't worry, y'all. I'm still working on Saturday and Monday. Saturday and Monday, we will have that commercial. Y'all will see it on there, everything. So I'm still working on it. Let's go ahead and get into the last clip, okay? And then you come back and explain it to us, Chris.
Okay.
These are the police officers not doing shit to the people that just jumped me. They're all just standing around while the people that just jumped me are just standing here. Nobody's being arrested or nothing. That's the girl that started it. She's just standing there talking to the police. And they're not doing shit. And one of them got hit with a bottle. That's what they did. Are you not arresting them for a particular reason? Well, I'm telling you, that girl just jumped me. That girl just jumped me. That girl just jumped me. And the girl, and the one that was in the, can I speak to your supervisor, please? Can you ask him to come here, please? They just jumped me. They're probably gonna try to fuck up my car.
All right. So take us back to that moment right there, and what happened after that?
Well, that was the moment where I was very emotional and I was very afraid because I felt the demeanor of the police officer shift. I had already talked to one police officer. He came into the apartment and talked to me and Carl. At that point, I looked out the window, maybe 20-30 minutes had went by, and I just see them standing around, kind of not really doing anything like y'all see the police doing in a lot of the news clips, just kind of holding their vests and hands in the pockets. And, you know, so I was starting to get worried because I'm like, well, why isn't any of the girls going to jail? Like, I hope they don't plan on taking me to jail, is what I was thinking. And so I went outside to actually ask what was going on. And that's when the officer, I felt his attitude towards me change. So I had asked to speak to a supervisor. He said there was already a supervisor there. And I had asked if the supervisor could come over and talk to me. And what you'll see on the next clip is the supervisor coming over to speak to me.
You didn't send me that.
There should have been 2 videos. If not, I can send it to you if we have enough.
I played the 2 that you sent me. But if there's a third one, send it to me.
Those 2 screenshots, I'm talking about the video. There should have, because remember you said one was 1:15 and the other was 1:30 maybe.
Yeah, that was the first one that we played. So let's run that back, and you tell me if that's the one.
Is there a reason nobody's being arrested?
Kevin still there? Can I talk to him?
No.
Can I talk to Kevin? Yeah.
His name's not Kevin, it's Carl. And he just left. Yeah, because they all just came on my property and jumped me. The girl in the pink and the gray and the blue jean shorts and the book bag and the one in the gray and the one in the white t-shirt, they all just jumped me at my home. Okay, well, I'm giving you the information of the people that assaulted me.
We're taking into account we got a bunch of different stories, but we got this together.
There wasn't a bunch of people back there. There was them and me and my friend.
Crystal, we weren't back there, right?
He just told you they all attacked me. Now they're saying that they weren't here. She just attacked me. She just attacked me, and she just attacked me. That girl that just went in that house attacked me. She's driving that red car. The girl that has that pink book bag, she just attacked me, and the girl in the gray shirt and the girl. These are the police officers not doing shit to the people that just jumped me. They're all just standing around while the people that just jumped me are just standing here. Nobody's being arrested or nothing. That's the girl that started it. She's just standing there talking to the police. They're not doing shit. And one of them got hit with a bottle. That's what they did. Are you not arresting them for a particular reason? Well, I'm telling you, that girl just jumped me. That girl just jumped me. That girl just jumped me. And the girl, and the one that was in the, can I speak to your supervisor, please? Can you ask him to come here, please? They just jumped me. They're probably gonna try to fuck up my car.
All right. Now, is there any other videos or just those two?
Just those two. So the first one that you played was the supervisor coming over to tell me that he wanted to speak to, I think he called him Kevin at first, and I stated his name is Carl, it's not Kevin, and he just left. So they basically turned that around on me, saying that, I wouldn't allow them to talk to him, and he was gone. So it wasn't that. And you seen the text message where I'd asked him if he could come back. That was around the time when they had asked if they could speak to him. I had asked Carl to come back. And I had stated at the end of the video that they're probably going to mess up my car, in which after I went to jail, my family notified me the next day that my new truck was put on 4 flats and the window was busted out of the back.
Oh,
so it's $700 for tires and $600 for a back window that I had to pay, including the window that they broke in my living room. That was $150. They stole my water while I was incarcerated. They ran an extension cord for my electric, breaking into my home while I was incarcerated.
And nothing has been done because of the action. I said nothing has been done with the actions that they've done.
Nothing. As far as criminal wise, they've been evicted for reasons of their own. Like I said, the girl that was actually in a domestic violent relationship, her boyfriend husband got picked up there, so they evicted her for that reason, not because of what happened. And then
this is allegedly, y'all. This is allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. And then the girl that is in the one that was next door to my house, her daughter was the one that got hit with the bottle. She got evicted, but I'm not exactly clear on why, but she's no longer there. So
all you're waiting for is everything, the pipes and stuff to get fixed.
Right. The housing authority is still pressing my eviction because of this charge.
Also, they're trying to evict you.
Yes. Because they stated that because I was, I actually took a plea. My first plea bargain was for 4 years due to. Then the second offer they brought me was 2 years due a year of house arrest. So I took the second plea.
Wow, and you had to do 6 months.
Yep.
And a year on house arrest.
Yep. It's all about money
For
in the end.
defending yourself.
They don't care about justice. They care about money. That's it. Keeping the poor people poor and keeping the rich rich. That's their agenda.
So, hold on. Let's make this clear. They got you out on house arrest. And house arrest is the monitor around your ankle?
Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure everybody understand this. 4 ladies and a man, or just 4 ladies?
Four ladies and a male.
4 ladies and a male came over to her house in her backyard and jumped on her, and she had a cooler and bust one of them holes in the head with the cooler. It is what it is, Chrissy. It is what it is. She busted one of them holes in the head with a cooler, and she go to jail for 6 months. And you done got out. When did you get out?
December 28th.
After Christmas.
After Christmas, after Thanksgiving, after Halloween, after my son's 7th birthday, after the
Let me lay this down to y'all right quick.
Shit, it was after a lot of shit.
After a lot of stuff. And they still let you out until you got to be on house arrest.
And I was the one responsible for getting my truck fixed. Now, the affidavit that they wrote against me made it seem like I'm just the type of person to do this kind of stuff. Like, I just go up and try to fight 6 people, 4'11", 130 pounds. I'm just tough girl. But I've been on your show. The last time I was on your show, I told you, I'm not engaging with them. I'm not going back and forth.
Yeah.
I just go to my backyard. I just avoid it, ignore it.
So you no longer have these issues?
Well, she's not back in the place, remember?
I never had those issues. It's just the attack of my character because they had to make me out to seem like this some fault of mine.
Talking about the girls.
You talking about the girls. Well, one of them has been evicted.
2
been evicted. And then back at the house, the place anymore.
I would say there's still something going on with these people because, like I said, during my incarceration, they were still in my electric, they were still in my water. They did pop all 4 of my tires. They did bust a back window out of my car. I got the tires fixed. My window will be fixed Monday. All this came out of pocket. I have full coverage insurance. I had opened up a claim. I have yet to hear back from them on that. And then to come home after paying all my utilities and rent during my incarceration to busted pipes and flooded apartment to where now me and my son are staying in a hotel. I would say there's something probably going on with these people psychologically, but like I told my aunt, I wish it was as easy as me just manning up or womaning up and saying, you know what, whatever I did, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I haven't never done nothing to these people other than stop hanging around with them, stop,
because they think you better than them now because you haven't hung out around them. But you haven't hung out around them because your son is autistic, and now at his age, he need more of your time.
And not even just that, but the stuff that they do around him. I'm not saying, anything is wrong with what people do because you grown. You do what you want to do. I just can't do it around him. Like I said, even talking to men and dating men, I just can't do it around him. He's a young man. He's very impressionable, So I have to be a little bit smoother with my moves. And I just felt like I was older than some of these girls. One of the girls is actually older than me. I had to separate myself. I had to be more of an example versus like trying to follow the crowd and being a follower. I wanted to be more like a leader and say, hey, it's tough. Like, life is hard. But if I can do it, you can do it, and I feel like we all supposed to be there to help each other, but you got to help yourself before you can help anybody else. And I just realized focusing on friends and neighbors or whoever you want to call it, it was really kind of delaying my progress. And I did what was best for me.
Exactly. We're gonna get into the comments. Chrissy, something happened with your mic. So if you can come down and come right back up and see if that'll help it out. So let's get into the comments. Nora Nora said that's a setup for her to get back in trouble. And sad thing, she can't have a gun because I would like their asses. I would like their asses out. She didn't say that, but that's what she's trying to say.
See, check this out, Nora. She can go get a gun. She just can't get a real gun. Get one of them guns that got them they got like little pellets. Oh, they hurt. Like rubber bullets. And they call self-defense gun. You can get the one, they got a self-defense gun. Oh, it's nasty. It's gonna hurt you. And then they got like pepper spray shit on it.
But it ain't gonna kill you.
It's gonna fuck this shit up.
You know?
But it's self-defense. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, trying to kill you. But I bet you won't come back over here with that bullshit.
Exactly.
And if you do come back over here with that bullshit, you don't know if I got another motherfucking piece over here that don't shoot. Damn it.
You know, y'all, she ain't did nothing wrong. These folks came messing with her. Came messing with her. Nora said you have to protect yourself by any means necessary.
Facts.
The system is set up for us to fail.
Facts.
And Nora says she commends you.
Facts.
Thank you.
All right, John. And that, yeah.
Spray
he
duck
said,
run.
spray duck run. Amen. Amen. Yeah, this looks like this is John's first time. I don't remember seeing John pop up in the comments. John. But shout out to John. Shout out to John. John, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I don't know if this is your first time, but thank you. You know what we do here? We talk about our Black community. That's what we talk about. Our Black community, getting everything out there.
That's all we want.
Basically,
that's all we want.
We just getting everything out there, giving our opinion, and bringing it to the forefront. Because it's not a lot.
I can add this to it too. You know, I was also advocating for pro-Black support, especially during the election. I made my vehicle readily available to help people go to vote. If people need assistance as far as going to even, you know, get a job, put in an application. I was that person that was like motivating people like, listen, we can do it like, you know, no offense to Mexicans do it. They all stick together.
Yeah.
The moment I started talking unity amongst the Black community, I feel like I became the target. It's sad to say that, but it's a lot of people that don't want to see us unite and come together because they know what kind of force we would be driving this country to become a success story. Because these people do not, they're so used to watching fights and street fights and Black on Black crime that when you come out here and say, I'll take you to get a job, I'll take you to the food pantry, I'll take your baby to the doctor because Medicaid transportation is going to be late and they're going to cancel the appointment and the baby ain't going to see the doctor. You're not helping their agenda. People that operate these projects do not have the resources that it would take to keep generations from repeating living in the projects. The point is, you will live in the projects, your kids will live in the projects, your kids' kids will live in the projects. And this is a never-ending cycle that puts money in their pocket. And it's sad to say a lot of them are Black too.
Okay, but do you feel like you played a part in being in the projects?
As far as my circumstances, in a way, yes. Because I feel like we all can do better. I feel like the growth that I needed probably came a little bit after the fact. After moving into the projects, I was definitely in a desperate situation with my son. I was staying in a shelter. I pretty much needed a place to stay. I mean, I stayed with my grandma before moving into the projects, but after my mom passed away and I didn't have that always person to run home to, I feel like at that point, if I had the growth that I have now, it would have never lasted 5 years. But it took time going into the projects and not getting comfortable. It's very easy to get comfortable with. At that time, I wasn't paying any rent. You know, with the amount of rent that most people pay in the projects, you know, you're talking pennies to the dollar. and then, getting the food stamps, it's very easy to get comfortable. So if anything, the part that I played in it, it was lacking the growth that I needed to understand that getting a job, hustling to my fullest potential and ability, whether it mean getting a child care that's skilled with autism, it took me a good 2 years to really decide that that wasn't the environment for me. I didn't fit in with that, and I wasn't comfortable with putting my son in that environment any longer. So did I contribute to some of the things that happened there? Yes, because like I said, I used to hang out with him. I used to be friends with them, but it was until I said, "Hey, if we can all hang out, drink, and chill together, how come you can't watch my son? So I go to work. I watch your son, so you go to work, and we work together and work our way up out of this situation."
You work too much.
In the target, I'm doing too much. I think I'm better than them. Who the
Work
f
too
you
much.
think you are? Exactly.
But I mean, look at it like this. I don't got a job. You got a job. Guess who's gonna be doing all the watching? Me.
The one that ain't got
And
no
I'm
job.
tired. I'm tired. I can't keep watching your damn child. But it's time for you to get up and go get a job yourself.
And then she got a new truck. She buying them baby a lot of clothes. He got more extra clothes now. He got new shoes now. Nah, I ain't happy with that at all.
Nope. And then if a man up in my house and you ain't got one up in your house, then of course I got to do something to knock you down. Because misery loves company, and it's a sad reality that we got to get past that. We got to build each other up, hold each other up. And even to these girls, I pray for them. I forgive them. It's hard. I've had to work. It took 6 months to get here, but I forgive them, because like I said, we all used to be cool. And I understand, I've been young before. It took me time to grow up, but growth is one of those constant things. So when I grow from this, I'm going to have to grow from something else. And, it's a continuous process growth. But you have to realize that, focusing on yourself and focusing on your kids really is what's best, especially as a single mom. I mean, I don't consider myself as a vulnerable woman, but we all want to be somebody's best friend, somebody's boo. You know what I mean? We all want that companionship at the end of the day. But I have to prioritize what I want right now because my son needs me. I can't be doing time. My son needs me. If that mean not having friends, if that mean not having a man, then so be it. Because he needs me. He's a young, impressionable male, and he's so smart. He's so intelligent. He can put 2 and 2 together and make 4. So I just feel like it's time for us to get the message out there. And I appreciate you again having me on your show that, everyone from jail, they are not terrible, dangerous members of society. I hate violence. I hate that. I hate that it had to result to that. I feel like I tried to do everything that I could, even to calling the police. That's not something I like doing. I don't like going to housing saying, "Hey, I'm afraid for my life." But I tried to do what I could to get out of that situation, even to meeting Carl. Just desperate. So now I know I can focus on me, start my life back over, continue the growth. I found God in jail, as they say. I was able to really get in the word and realize that my life has purpose. Because another thing that I would say contributed to some of my lack of motivation was the fact that in the projects, I really didn't feel like I had no purpose. I didn't really have, what was the point? What was the point? Who's gonna listen to me? Who can I help? I can barely help myself. So I had to find that purpose in my life again.
That's the wrong thinking.
And
That's the wrong thinking.
But she's just saying that's what she was thinking at the time.
Yeah. But that I heard her, and you come out of that right. But God does not bring pain without purpose.
Exactly.
Everything we go through is purpose.
Yep.
I just got through talking about it today with somebody, and we was talking about it, and it was like you you go through things, and everything that you go through is a setup. Everything you go through is a setup. Everything you do is a choice. You have this choice, you have that choice. I just want to see which one you're gonna do. You do the right one, I got something else for you. You do the wrong one, I got something else for you.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of them things, and it's like when he's talking to you, you want to hear a voice. You're not gonna hear a voice.
Not all the time.
You're
Some
gonna see
will.
something. You're gonna ask a question, and your son gonna answer it.
Right.
You ask the question to him in confidence. Didn't nobody hear you ask that question? And your son come and he say something to you. That was the answer. We don't listen like we should, because he speaks to us in so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you ask the question, he give you the answer. You
Mm-hmm.
just not looking for it. You listening for it. You got to look for it because it's out here. He's setting it up for you to see it. All you got to do is look,
Yeah.
pay attention.
Exactly. And I don't think nobody on here disagree with what you did in that moment.
No,
Nobody disagree with what you did.
I'm gonna tell
I
y'all something
disagree
the
with
judge didn't
listen,
even disagree
That's
with
what
me.
we all
That's
disagree with.
I
The
disagree
punishment.
with what happened afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me somebody can walk in my yard? Matter of fact, not just in my yard, to my backyard. So you passed the front, you went all the way to the back,
Mm-hmm.
came through my backyard, and got your head bust.
After you done jumped on me.
Took off running. I was never there. So where did all this take place at then?
Exactly.
well, see, this is what's so ironic that you say that because the broken glass was literally sitting on my back porch, but the police refused to go back there and see it. They believed the word of the other girl saying that I came to their apartment and just started an argument and just hit
Follow
the
the
girl with
blood
the
trail.
bottle.
Follow the blood trail.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I bet, man. Oh, I hate that you took that plea. I hate that you took that plea.
I hate I took it too, but you got to understand I had to get out of
I,
there and get
I
home to my baby.
Exactly. And I
what?
understand 100%.
Oh my
And that's
God! What was the
and
name
a
of that
lot of
movie,
people feel
Tanil? What was the name of
the one we just watched.
American Violet?
Oh, American Violence.
American Violet.
Yeah.
Same fucking situation,
But
but
it's
this
a
shit was in
lot of
Texas.
people. It's a lot of people that do this.
Oh, it's happening all over the
Millions of
United
people
States.
that do this.
It happens all
They
over the
just go
United
ahead, they
States,
take the police so that they can hurry up and get out.
and
And
that's
not
what they're
realizing all
offering.
the stuff that's gonna come behind that. Behind all, yeah, you know you're gonna get out. But what about the stuff that come behind it after you get out? You know what I'm saying? Like here you are right now on house arrest.
I will be on the 25th. I
Yeah, we
will
all
be, and that costs money. They have grants that you can apply for if you're on a fixed income now. So if you're on, I guess if you're like on SSI or disabilities, and they have money that they have set aside to help you pay for those fees. But again, one trip up, one dirty drop, one surprise, we're coming to inspect your house and we find, a bottle of alcohol. That's a violation. You're back in jail.
a setup. Let's get into these comments. Sharon said, I'm proud of you for putting your son first. Keep going forward and don't look back. She said, I'm cheering for you. BG said, hey, y'all. Hey, BG. Girl, we salute, baby. We salute you. John. John is, look like he's from the UK. If I ascend up into heaven, thou art thee. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. Preach it, John said, you better say it. He said, pray in secret.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Seek
and seek.
Yeah.
He that cometh up another way is a thief. He ain't come through your front door. They ain't come to your front door. They came through the back door. He a thief.
Oh, let's put the cherry on the top for the people in the comments. I live in Washington Gardens, which is of course the projects, government housing. And from the time that I was arrested, I told my public defender, go get the cameras, go get the cameras. Anybody that's ever did done crimes, the last thing you want to do is hear that they have you on camera, right? Well, if I'm the one who's guilty saying, go get the cameras, then clearly I'm trying to prove my innocence. The housing authority's response were the cameras were down. Shout out to the Elkhart Public Housing Authority.
We ain't clapping. Yeah. Shout out to y'all for not having the cameras, knowing that all type of illegal activity, illegal crime.
Hold on, listen. Right before we got started, I was just about to say to you, and I swear to you, before we got started, I didn't say it. I was just gonna wait. But I was gonna ask you if you could have got you some Ring cameras for your
own. When I came home, that was my goal. Well, my first purchase was supposed to be those Ring cameras. I have one on my on my front porch, but not one on my back porch, because right there in my backyard is where all the cameras are facing the buildings from the parking lot. So in a sense, I thought I was being under surveillance in the back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, you don't need surveillance from the back. All you need is surveillance from the front.
But they was in the back when it happened.
They gonna see them go to the back. True. From the front.
True.
They should have seen it, because there's more than just one set of cameras. I mean, you got cameras from across the street facing this way to the other side of the street, and you got cameras from the behind the buildings facing the opposite side of the street. So there should have been something caught on camera. The police pulled up as they were banging on my windows because I was on the phone with the dispatch. Something should have been caught on their dash cams.
Exactly.
I don't feel like this was a situation of me being guilty. It was a situation of what I could prove. And this is fueled by people who are filled with greed. They only care about money. And yes, they do have cameras in Washington Gardens. I know that for a fact as well.
Hi, Shireen. I think this is your first time watching too. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I appreciate it. That's sad. That's sad. All right. Doorbell cameras ain't as good as the new kind.
Hey, but it's still a work.
It'll still work. It'll still work. You're right.
Not as good, but it'll still work.
I had a whole witness. I don't really, like I said, I don't
even have
think it would have mattered.
That it was them. Oh, you can't tell who that is. I don't care if you can tell who that is. That's them running through the front, coming through the back. That's them running out the back over across the street. Now, do you see me or anything that looks like me in the front? That's what I'm gonna ask you. Do you see me?
I didn't see any of them calling 911. That was my whole thing. It's like they always tell you, the first one to call 911 or whatever. I was the only one that I know of calling the police, because I had to run back outside and get my phone off the table. And when I was inside, I was on the phone with the dispatch as they were banging on my window and my door. So they couldn't have been dialing 911 as they were trying to break in the front. I'm the first one calling 911. I didn't get no credit for none of that.
I'm telling y'all, these police has got to do better. CRISSY came to the show because the police was right there. That was the beginning of her journey coming on PGT time. The police, she had called the police. I called the police several times before me and Poolie saw it on the live.
But that's what makes you a target too, because the police are not for us, believe it or not. It's not for us. If you thought that they were protecting and serving us, ask Trayvon Martin, ask all these Sandra Bland's, ask them. They're not for us.
They're not the protect and serve. They're not protecting and serving.
They're the overseers of the new modern day slaves.
They serving.
Yeah, they're serving you with fines and tickets and evictions and
protect means stop.
Any
right?
way to get some money from our asses. That's what they're doing.
Keeping the poor and the rich. That's their job. Oversee the slaves. Make sure they're still working hard so that the other people that are in control, the powers that be, can stay in their positions.
That's why we, as a black community, need to
officers
start coming
don't even
together.
know the law. Officers don't know the law. They don't go to law school.
No.
They don't know the law.
They just go into their jobs
I could probably quote more law than they could.
Exactly, Peachy. Yep.
They just go get training just like we do.
And that's why they so scared, because they know
but again
have the proper education.
Yeah.
We gotta police ourselves.
Yes. Say that again. We got to.
Learn their law.
Yeah.
Learn their law. Because they don't know it. But if you know it, there's nothing they can do.
Exactly.
If I know my rights, there's nothing you can do.
And
another thing I just learned too, because TikTok is something else, boy, that these private owned jails in these counties with these jails in it, they can census wise count each and every one of those inmates as part of their population and get additional funding from the government for the county. So it's in their best interest to fill those jails up.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Follow me on TikTok too, y'all, by the way.
and that goes right back into the jails. It's like a cycle of they're charging you for phone calls, commissary, visits.
Yep.
So all that money's just
they killing them.
Yeah. I pay out a lot of money.
They killing them.
I pay out a lot of money for my brother to call me from jail.
My aunt said one 15-minute phone call cost her almost $8.
That's it.
And that was a local call.
I pay a certain amount, and
that's it.
I can't remember. I don't know how long it lasts, because sometimes I don't even answer. No personal reason.
Right.
No personal reason. It is personal. It's personal. It's a personal reason why I don't answer sometimes, but I can get my mind right. But anyway. Anyway, everybody else comment from y'all. I got y'all. Yes. John said, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. John, where are you calling from?
MJJ,
where are you
I'm trying to tell.
from?
I
Where
wanted
you
to. Boy, John
said
you
Black
own it.
Panthers.
Because that's what
Black
I wanted.
Panthers.
I wish I had that right here.
Is you
on
calling?
the
Is you? I keep saying calling. Y'all, I'm on that. If you've been watching my page, hubby over here got me some Casamigos for New Year's Eve, and I've been scared to crack it open because of the stuff that I've heard about it. But I finally cracked it open. Oh, John said he's from Cali, baby. He said, I'm from Cali, girl. I'm from Cali. California. Time to party. John, we coming to Cali. I don't know when, but we coming. We coming. Okay? So keep
Do I know you, John?
John, do you know CRISSY? He said,
no.
Bomb Southside. Okay. Well, John, keep watching, please. I appreciate it. Keep watching. Now, y'all, we are about to end this show. I told y'all that we did not have a Saturday commercial flyer, but we do. So we're gonna end the show with that. CRISSY, her phone. Somebody must have called her. Somebody must have called him. So y'all already know where y'all can find me at. Everybody in the building tonight. I appreciate y'all. Tune in on Saturday. Saturday will be our first show for the new year with our clips. Okay, with our normal crime clips. When was that? Wednesday we had Cerise and her family on with Drado that was murdered. Then Chrissy, thank you for the stars, boo. Thank you for the stars. Chrissy, she put it down. She put it down. She put it down, baby. She's like, I'm fit to show up and show out. And
Shout
she
out,
lost some
though.
stars. I really appreciate it. If y'all out there right now, please make sure y'all get some stars for Peach Tea Time. It'll help basically our station grow and for me to continue to put out cultural commentary, baby. I'm not a YouTube commentator no more. I'm a cultural commentator. That's what I do. So that's what we do. All of us, me, Poolie, and Jason. But I really thank you, Chrissy, so much for joining us tonight. You know you're always welcome to come back on any time that you would like to. You're
Thank
more than welcome
you.
to come back on. We are sorry on behalf of Peachy Tea Time, my viewers, my Peaches and Mr. Peachta, that you had to go through something like this.
Oh, he and B here.
But we appreciate that you're able to come and bring awareness to our Black community. That not only that this can happen to you, a mother of an autistic child who they need their mama at all times. You know, we all need our mamas at all times, but no one's gonna treat your son like you treat your son. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you know the ins and outs of being a mother of an autistic child. You know, so for someone to sit there and put you in jail for 6 months because you decide to defend yourself is just wrong. It's just wrong. So we're gonna continue to pray for you.
It's just a setback for a major
Comeback. Yes, that's what it is. That's what
Come
it is.
on, man. Never down on nothing. Everything is for something.
Yeah.
It might look bad now, but it get better later.
And one thing that I heard a lot of YouTube commentators and some celebrities too, you know, they're not saying L's are losses anymore. L's are lessons.
They are, but
They are lessons. You know?
we learn from our mistakes.
But they're not losses. That's what I'm saying.
No,
They are lessons that we are learning. So a lot of people go like this, oh, that's an L. You took an L on that. No, it's a lesson I took on it. That's what it is, a lesson.
Yeah,
So,
it's an L.
Yes. Look, maybe handsomely rewarded. Amen to that. Love y'all, look, cuz. Hey, we love you too. We love you.
That's my cousin, Don.
Oh, that's your cousin Don. I'm looking at the picture like that's not my cousin. But I'm gonna say, hey, cuz.
Yeah, you need to get at me, man. Yeah, that's my cousin from St. Louis. Like I said, shout out to my family. We had
Shout out, Wayne.
one of our cousins committed suicide right before the holiday. And we gotta do a show, Peachy, on suicide awareness in the Black community because it's really a big deal.
Yes.
It's a major deal because we got to get these little young kids hope. We got to give them some purpose and some hope. But shout out to my cousin Wayne.
They need a lot of
the rest of my family and all my friends that tuned in tonight. I feel your love. I feel your support. I'm nowhere near as nervous as I was the first time. So,
you know, I really try to make it comfortable for everybody. I try to make it comfortable for everybody, baby. So we are about to get out of here. I want to show this last flyer. Our crime flyer. Anybody that has a missing person in their family, someone that was murdered due to gun violence, domestic violence, the prison system, or even by the police, reach out to your girl, the missus, and you and your family could be right here on the show free of charge. Be right here on the show, and you can tell your loved one's story, and also bring awareness to our Black community. And that's something that we do each and every Wednesday on PGT Time with me and my co-host Jason. So I'll see y'all on tomorrow, baby, where I show nothing but independent artists and crime, all of that. Poolie hate that I use my hand. I'm like a little Drake in this building, you know. I'm holding. You know, Drake always uses hands, and I just can't help but to always use my hands. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Drake. All right,
using your hands.
Yeah. Don't do
just
me and Drake
saying.
like that. Don't
I'm
do me and
just
Drake like
saying.
that. Don't do that to me and
I'm
Drake.
just saying.
Don't do that to me and Drake.
Stop it.
Crystal.
Stop it.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal. Can you have Crystal hit me up on Facebook? Mm-hmm.
She know my real name. Okay, so I think I do know Sharon. That sounds familiar. Yes, I can be reached at Chrissy Libra Obry on Facebook. That's CRISSYLIBRAOBRIE for all of y'all that don't know me. Anybody interested in getting to know me or help me and my son in my situation, feel free to call me 574-361-2583.
Play that number again. They got it.
And definitely keep me in your prayers, and I'll be praying for all of y'all. And Peachy, again, I love you so much. Thank you for
I love you.
Prayers right back to you.
My calls, girl. You just don't know. It was just every little bit counts. It makes such a big difference. So thank you.
And I want to tell you, thank you for not calling collect. I answer any free call that you would send in my way. I'll be on the phone with I'm like, it's Chrissy. It's Chrissy. I gotta go. It's free call. Like Chrissy never, ever called my phone collect. Ever. And I just knew it was gonna be coming. I like eventually she gonna be calling collect. Because I didn't know Chrissy. I didn't know nothing about Chrissy except for when she came on my show. That's it. And I'm like, she gonna be calling collect probably.
No, we know what we saw on the live.
Chrissy said, hell no. Yeah, we know what we saw on the live. Chrissy was like, I will not call you collect, baby. She said, I will not. Baby. All I want you to do is accept my calls, and I help Crystal out a lot. You know, we was really trying to get things going for her with another group that was, you know, y'all saw quite frequently on the show. But that did not work out. But God saw fit for her to get out. We have somebody that's trying to help her right now. Shout out to my cousin. You know, when you're doing good things out here in the community, people is gonna gravitate to you. They're gonna gravitate to you. So with that being said, anybody out there that is willing or can assist in helping Chrissy in any type of way, shape, or form. Not that type of way though, but you know, unless it's Carl. Unless it's Carl.
Oh, which Carl?
Carl that came and brought the wine over that saw the fight.
I brought wine.
If you Carl,
Carl.
The fake Carls.
Yeah.
That's gonna be out there.
It's gonna be a bunch of
Look, she know what Carl look like, okay? So y'all can play with her if y'all want to. She know what Carl look like.
Definitely.
So, Carl, if you watching, I'll let you know.
These boys look like Carl.
And also, if anybody want to reach out to help Chrissy, anybody wants to interview Chrissy, any of that, if you cannot find Chrissy on there, please make sure you reach out to me. I will make sure that I get to Chrissy right away. Okay. So yeah, we are out of here. I thank you so much, Chrissy. I love you, darling, so much. And you already know you can reach me at any given time.
Facts.
And hopefully one day in the future we could be doing some big things together just as well.
Definitely.
All right, y'all. So we finna go. I see y'all tomorrow, 3:00 p.m. Eastern time. Here go the flyer, and after that, you gotta listen to my babies. Don't play with us. Don't play with us. listen to our babies. It's 2 of them, you know. It was 3, but it's 2 of them. That's on this video, okay? So here we go.
Oh, they not hungry.
Peachy Tea Time is for the culture. Tune in every Saturday for the weekend spot, where the misses show crime in our black community and showcase independent artists. Special surprise guests for the hottest interviews. Tune in each and every Saturday. Check out the flyer for showtimes.
Thank you for watching.